Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, good morning and welcome. Welcome to the draw for the FIBA Europe Cup season 2022-2023. My name is Ljubomir Mandić. I'm the head of competitions for FIBA Europe, and I would like to welcome all guests present and all viewers across Europe for today's draw. The FIBA Europe Cup, after two rather difficult seasons related to COVID, one that was ultimately cancelled and one that was played in bubbles mostly, in the last season, 2021-2022, saw the clubs return to home and away games, and also in the second part of the season return to full arenas across Europe, culminating in two spectacular finals played in Bologna with the home team Reggio Emilia, and in Istanbul with the eventual champion Bahçeşehir College hosting the second leg of the final in front of 13,000 spectators. This is also what we want to see in the upcoming season, and today's draw is the first step towards that. We have again a large number of clubs that are interested in participating in the FIBA Europe Cup, which we're very happy about. To be precise, there is a total of 32 clubs that have registered for the FIBA Europe Cup season 2022-2023. Additionally, 19 clubs from the Basketball Champions League qualification rounds have opted in to participate in the FIBA Europe Cup in case they do not reach the BCL regular season. Out of those 19, 18 will join the FIBA Europe Cup regular season from the qualification rounds of the BCL. Those 18 clubs will be qualified directly to the regular season of the FIBA Europe Cup. Additionally, 10 of those that registered directly to the FEC will also join the regular season of the FIBA Europe Cup. This leaves us with 4 spots in the regular season, which means that the remaining 22 clubs will compete in 4 qualifiers tournaments at the end of September, from the 27th to the 30th of September, for those 4 spots. And this will be the first part of our draw today, will be the draw for the qualifiers tournaments. Once we have completed the draw for the qualifiers tournaments, we will then also draw the regular season. In order to assist with the draw today, I would like to ask on stage from the competitions department, Mr. Gintaras Leonavicius. And to perform the draw today, I would like to introduce and welcome former Belgium international, Mr. Axel Ervel. As mentioned before, there's 4 qualifiers tournaments, and the draw for these is a little bit complex, so I will try to explain along the way. The tournaments are named A, B, C, and D. Tournaments A and B have 2 quarterfinals, 2 semifinals, and a final. Tournaments C and D have 1 quarterfinal, 2 semifinals, and 1 final. We will be drawing the different stages along the way, and we will start with the quarterfinals between seed 4 and seed 5 teams. Okay, if we can get that on the screen, very good. You see here, these are the teams that are seeded in seed 4. And in seed 5, they will meet each other in the 4 quarterfinals of the 4 tournaments. In seed 4, we have Craiova from Romania, Czarni Slupsk from Poland, Bigi Göttingen from Germany, and Aris from Greece. And in seed 5, BC Sibet Jonava from Lithuania, the BC Wolves also from Lithuania, BC Trepča from Kosovo, and Jämtland Basket from Sweden. The pairings will be assigned to the tournaments in the order that they are drawn, meaning the first pairing that is drawn will play in tournament A, second pairing tournament B, third pairing tournament C, and fourth pairing tournament D. This will then continue along the way throughout the entire draw. I think we're ready to go, and we'll start with the first team from seed 4. Bigi Göttingen from Germany. And their opponent in the quarterfinal of tournament A will be BC Trepča from Kosovo. Back to seed 4, the next team that will play in tournament B. Craiova from Romania. BC Sibet Jonava from Lithuania. Next team from seed 4. Aris from Thessaloniki, Greece. The BC Wolves from Lithuania in tournament C. And finally, Czarni Slupsk from Poland. Against Jämtland Basket from Sweden in tournament D. Okay, these are the pairings for the quarterfinals, seed 4 versus seed 5. A quick summary: tournament A will see Göttingen versus Trepča. Tournament B, Craiova against Jonava. Tournament C, Ares versus BC Wolves. And tournament D, Czarni Slupsk against Jämtland Basket. We will now continue with the next quarterfinals. And these are the teams that are in seed 3 and seed 6. And you see here there's a little specialty. We have 4 teams seeded put in seed 3 and only 2 teams in seed 6. This means that we will draw 2 pairings. 1 team from seed 3 versus 1 team from seed 6 that will play in tournament A. Then another pairing from seed 3 versus seed 6 to play in tournament B. And then the other 2 teams that are left in seed 3 are automatically progressing to the semifinals as seed 3. So they get a bye and enter the tournaments at the semifinal stage of tournaments C and D, and will be drawn in the next round. Okay, I think this is clear. We're ready to go with the first team from seed 3. Petrolina Aik from Larnaca in Cyprus will play in tournament A. Against Thorlakshofen from Iceland. Just a second. Yes, here we are. Good to go with the next team from seed 3. BC Kalev Cramo from Estonia will play in tournament B. Against KK Cedevita Junior from Croatia. So these are the quarterfinals of seed 3 versus seed 6. Petrolina AEK Larnaca from Cyprus against Torlakshofen from Iceland, and BC Kalev Cramo from Estonia against KK Cedevita Junior from Croatia. The remaining 2 teams in seed 3, which are Hapoel Haifa from Israel and Cholet Basket from France, will enter the respective tournaments C and D at the semifinal stage and will be drawn now in the next round of this draw. We will just need a few more moments to prepare this technically because they have to be exported manually into the next round. In the meantime, I also would like to say that the qualifiers tournaments hosts will be determined and announced in the coming weeks, which means that all participating clubs will be invited to submit candidatures based on given conditions and regulations. We'll set a deadline for candidatures and we'll try to announce as soon as possible to also ease planning for the clubs. Hopefully just a few more moments here. And yes, we are ready. So now the next step of the draw is to draw the semifinals of the 4 tournaments. You see in seed 2 are the teams that are directly seeded in the semifinals. Here we have Telenet Giants Antwerp from Belgium, Kataja Basket from Finland, Sigal Prishtina from Kosovo, and Besiktas from Turkey. And in seed 3 we have the 2 pairings that were just drawn from seed 3 versus seed 6. So AEK Larnaca and Tor in tournament A, Kalev and Cedevita in tournament B, and Haifa and Cholet will be drawn to either tournament C or D. With that said, we're ready to go and we'll take the first team from seed 2. This is the Telenet Giants Antwerp from Belgium into tournament A against the winner of AEK Larnaca and Torlakshofen from Iceland. Sigal Prishtina from Kosovo into tournament B. Their opponent will be the winner of BC Kalev Cramo and Cedevita. Very good. The next team from seed 2. Kataja Basket from Finland into tournament C. And now we will draw their opponent from the 2 remaining teams in seed 3. Hapoel Haifa from Israel. Yes, and now the final team in seed 2. Besiktas from Istanbul, Turkey. And their opponent in the semifinals of qualifiers tournament D. Cholet Basket from France. This concludes one side of the semifinals, and we will now move on to the other semifinals that feature also the teams in seed 1 that enter the qualifiers tournaments at semifinal stage. In seed 1 we have ZZ Leiden from the Netherlands, Sporting from Portugal, the Kapfenberg Bulls from Austria, and Rilski Sportist from Bulgaria. And they will be facing the winners of the quarterfinals in the order as it appears. Göttingen, Trepča in Tournament A, Craiova, Jonava in Tournament B, Aris versus Wolves in C, and Slupsk and Jämtland in D. We're ready to go with the first team from Seed 1. Sporting from Portugal will play in Tournament A against the winner of Göttingen and Trepča. The next team the Kapfenberg Bulls in Tournament B against the winner of Craiova and Sibet Jonava. Rilski Sportist from Bulgaria in Tournament C against the winner of Aris and BC Wolves. And finally, ZZ Leiden against the winner of Slupsk and Jämtland. This concludes now the draw for the other semifinals, and we will now do a complete recap where we have everything on one screen so that everybody knows what are the teams participating in each tournament. Very good. So we have in Tournament A, this is now, it's with short forms, that's why I will announce them. In Tournament A, the semifinal, the first semifinal will be between Sporting and the winner of Göttingen Trepča, and the other semifinal between Antwerp and the winner of AEK Larnaca and Tord Laxhofen from Iceland. So these are the teams participating in Tournament A. In Tournament B, the Kapfenberg Bulls will meet in the semifinals the winner of Craiova and Sibet Jonava, and in the other semifinals, on the semifinal, we have Prishtina against the winner of Kalev, Cramo, and Cedevita Junior. In Tournament C, Rilski Sportist will meet in the semifinal the winner of Aris and BC Wolves, while the other semifinal will be between Kataja and Hapoel Haifa. And in Tournament D, Leiden will meet in the semifinal the winner of Slupsk and Jämtland, and the other semifinal between Besiktas and Cholet. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the draw for the qualifiers tournaments. We will take a few moments to prepare the draw for the regular season. In the meantime, we can also here have a look at the highlights of the final stages of last season. Let's take a look at the highlights of the semifinals and finals of the FIBA Europe Cup 21-22.
Smith would like to get back in the flow offensively. Here he is, handing it off to Decker. A spectacular reverse dunk. So back to a 9-point deficit on aggregate. Pass, all Decker gets it to Black, who goes up and just throws it down. Got some good talent on display.
Okay, that was probably the fastest refill we've ever done. So here we are, after drawing the qualifiers tournaments. We are now here to draw the regular season. And also here it's not always as straightforward as it looks. That's why I will be guiding you along the way. You have here the seeds. The regular season format, as usual, is a 32-team competition with 8 groups of 4 playing home and away games across 6 game days. So the 32 teams are split into 4 seeds of 8 teams to be drawn across the 8 groups. I will be explaining the teams in each seed before the seed is drawn, and the first seed is pretty straightforward. These are 8 teams that have registered for the FIBA Europe Cup and have gained direct access to the regular season of the FIBA Europe Cup, which is Oradea, Final Four participant from 2 years ago, Crailsheim from Germany, last year's quarterfinalists, Donar Groningen from the Netherlands, Gaziantep from Turkey, BC Balkan from Bulgaria, Anwil Włocławek from Poland, FC Porto, and Hapoel Galil Elyon. There's also restrictions in this draw. The restriction, according to the regulations, is that the maximum of 2 clubs per country can be in the same group. So 2 is possible, 3 is not possible, considering that there was also teams from certain countries coming from the BCL qualifiers. If that is the case, the software will automatically suggest the next available group for this club. So far, so good. I think we're good to go and start with the first team in Seed 1. Hapoel Galil Elyon from Israel into Group A. Gaziantep from Turkey into Group B. FC Porto into Group C. BC Balkan into Group D. Oradea from Romania into Group E. Donar Groningen into Group F. Anwil Włocławek from Poland into Group G. And the Hakromelins Kralsheim into Group H. Okay, so far so good. We're now moving on to teams in Seed 2, and the teams in Seed 2 are as follows. We have in Seed 2, you see in the first line, short forms. This is the Basketball Champions League qualifying tournament 3, which features the Brose Baskets from Bamberg, the Norrköping Dolphins from Sweden, Budivelnik from Ukraine, Keravnos from Cyprus, Benfica from Portugal, and Golden Eagle Yili from Kosovo. So the team that is here in C2 is the loser of the final of that tournament and will be drawn in one of the groups from C2. Additionally, we have 6 teams that have opted in from the Basketball Champions League qualifiers and are entering the FIBA Europe Cup draw provisionally. In case one of these clubs qualifies to the BCL regular season, this spot would become a lucky loser spot. These 6 clubs are Tofaş Bursa from Turkey, Fribourg from Switzerland, Unicaja Malaga from Spain, Karhu Kauhajoki from Finland, the Bakken Bears from Denmark, and Opava from the Czech Republic. And last but not least, we have in Seed 2 New Basket Brindisi, which is another club that has directly registered for the FIBA Europe Cup and gained access to the regular season. I think we're good to go, and we'll start with the first team from Seed 2. And here we have the loser of the final of the BCL qualifying tournament 3 into Group A. The Bakken Bears from Denmark into Group B. Fribourg Olympic from Switzerland into Group C. Opava from the Czech Republic in Group D. Unicaja Malaga from Spain in Group E. New Basket Brindisi from Italy in Group F. Karhu Kauhajoki from Finland into Group G. And Tofaş Bursa from Turkey would go into Group H. Let's have a quick look at how the groups look so far. In Group A, Hapoel Galil Elyon and the loser of the Basketball Champions League Qualifiers Tournament 3 final. In Group B, Gaziantep and the Bakken Bears. Group C with FC Porto and Fribourg. Group D with BC Balkan and Opava. Group E with Oradea and Unicaja Malaga. Group F with Donor Groningen and Brindisi. Group G with Anwil, Wlocławek and Karhu. And Group H with the Hakro Melins Kralsheim and Tofaş Bursa. Moving on to the teams in Seed 3. Here again we have 8 teams, and I will quickly explain who those 8 teams are. First, the Kangaroos Basket Mechelen is the last or not least team from the 10 that gained direct access to the FIBA Europe Cup regular season, having registered for the FEC. Then we have the losers of the semifinals of that BCL qualifying tournament 3, one semifinal between Brose Bamberg and the Norrköping Dolphins Budivelnik winner, and the other semifinal between Keravnos from Cyprus and the winner of Golden Eagle Ili and Benfica. Then we have 5 more teams that are participating in the Basketball Champions League qualifiers that are entering this draw provisionally. Should any of them qualify for the Basketball Champions League regular season, also here this spot would become a lucky loser spot. These 5 teams are Voluntari from Romania, Chemnitz from Germany, the Heroes Den Bosch from the Netherlands, Aegis Kerman from Hungary, and the Svanskmunden from Austria. We're good to go, and we'll start with the first team in Seed 3. Niners Chemnitz from Germany into Group A. Swanskmunden from Austria in Group B. Heroes Den Bosch from the Netherlands in Group C. This is loser semi-final BCL qualifying tournament 3 between Keravnos, Golden Eagle, and Benfica winner into Group D. Very good. Kangaroos Mechelen from Belgium into Group E. The loser of the semi-final of the BCL qualifying tournament 3 between Brose Bamberg and the winner of Norrköping Budivelnik will join Group F. Aegis Kerment from Hungary into Group G. And the last team from Seed 3, Voluntari from Romania into Group H. Let's have a quick look again at the groups. Group A with Hapoel Galil Lyon, the loser of the Basketball Champions League qualifying tournament final, and Chemnitz from Germany. Group B with Gaziantep, the Bakken Bears, and Swanskmunden. Group C, FC Porto, Fribourg, and Heroes Den Bosch. Group D with BC Balkan, Opava, and the loser of the semi-final of the BCL tournament with Keravnos, Golden Eagle, Benfica. Group E, Oradea, Malaga, Mechelen. Group F, Groningen, Brindisi, and the loser of the semi-final, Bamberg, against the winner of Norrköping Budivelnik. Group G, Anwil Wloclawek, Karhu, and Kerment. And Group H with Kreilsheim, Tofaş Bursa, and Voluntari. Moving on to Seed 4. In Seed 4, we have again 8 teams. Here we have the 2 quarterfinals of the Basketball Champions League qualifying tournament. So the loser of Golden Eagle and Benfica, and the other quarterfinal, the loser of Norrköping Budivelnik, are in Seed 4. We have 2 more clubs that are participating in Basketball Champions League qualifiers that entered provisionally, which is Patrioti Levice from Slovakia and Pernus Adam from Estonia. And we have the winners of the FIBA Europe Cup qualifying tournaments that we have just drawn before in the particular order. You see them with the teams participating in tournaments A, B, C, and D. So I think we're good to go and start with Seed 4. The loser of the quarterfinal of the BCL qualifying tournament 3 between Golden Eagle and Benfica. They should be going into Group A. Yes. The winner of the FIBA Europe Cup qualifying tournament C, this is the tournament with Rilski, Aris, BC Wolves, Kataja and Haifa into Group B. Pärnu from Estonia would join Group C. Patrioti Levice from Slovakia into Group D. Winner of FIBA Europe Cup qualifiers tournament D. This is the tournament with Leiden, Slupsk, Jämtland, Besiktas, and Cholet would join Group E. Winner of tournament B. This is the tournament with Kapfenberg, Craiova, Sibet, Jonava, Prishtina, Kalev, and Cedevita into Group F. And winner of tournament A. This is the tournament with Sporting, Göttingen, Trepča, Antwerp, AEK Larnaca, and Thorlakshofen from Iceland into Group G. Last but not least, this is the loser of the quarterfinal of the BCL qualifying tournament 3 between Norrköping and Budivelnik into Group H. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the draw for the groups. We will now draw only the numbers 1 to 4 to determine the order of play in the groups. We're good to go? So the teams in seed 1 will get number 3. Teams from seed 2 will have number 1. Teams from seed 3 will have the competition number 4. And finally, teams from seed 4 will have competition number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the draw for the FIBA Europe Cup regular season 2022-2023. I want to thank Axel and Ginteras for their help today. And let's go one more time over the groups as an overview. In Group A, we will have the loser of the final of the BCL qualifying tournament, as well as the loser of the quarterfinal between Golden Eagle and Benfica, Hapoel Galil Lyon and Chemnitz from Germany. Group B with the Buck and Bears, the winner of FIBA Europe Cup Tournament C, Gaziantep and Swansk Munden. Group C will have Fribourg, Pärnu, Porto and Heroes Den Bosch. Group D with Opava, Levice, BC Balkan, and the loser of the Champions League semi-final, Keravnos, Golden Eagle, and Benfica. Group E with Malaga, with the winner of the FIBA Europe Cup Qualifiers Tournament D, Oradea and Mechelen. Group F with Brindisi, the winner of Tournament B, Groningen, and the loser of the semi-final from the Basketball Champions League between Bamberg, Norrköping, Budivelnyk. Group G with Karhu, the winner of Tournament A in the FIBA Europe Cup, Wlocławek and Kerment. And Group H with Tofaş Bursa, the loser of the quarterfinal from the BCL tournament, Norrköping, Budivelnyk, as well as Crailsheim and Voluntari. I want to thank you for attending. Thank you for watching across Europe. I want to also wish all the participating teams the best of luck. Thank you again to Gintaras and to Axel for their draw today. And wish everybody a successful season. And most importantly, to stay healthy and stay safe. Thank you very much.